Okay, so before I drop this one sheet of 3/4 inch plywood in here, just give you a quick look at what I've done. Came along this edge, got some 2x6 joists to hold this part up. Now that doesn't sag much, a little bit soft right there. I ran out of 2x6, came down to one 2x6 left, so I went ahead and just cut it into 4 pieces and put it along the edges. That'll be just dandy for where it goes. Holding it up is 3/4 inch plywood, so it'll be held up on the ends over here. The center piece and these cross pieces here, 48 inches. And I put ends, just 2x4s in there because the steel beam is sitting right there, so I'd have to notch it out anyway. So, like I said, I ran out of 2x6s. But the one thing I'm gonna have to do before I go ahead and do that, I'm going to set that down on there, and then I'm going to look and see what it's going to take to repair this over here. So I'm going to fill this in. I'm probably going to have to just chip all this out of here. And put another, probably 2x4 since I only 2x6s left. We'll see how it looks when it goes down the end there. Fill this in. It's going to sit, where is it going to sit? Actually, I'm going to have to put them on both sides because that 3/4 inch plywood is probably going to ride right across the middle here, right along the edge somewhere. Well, let me drop it in there. I'll take a look. I'd like to get this attached tonight if I could before I go. Just a quick mention. I got a busted sanding belt. I don't know if this is 40, 50, 60. I like to just run them, clean up the edges, because when you get this stuff sometimes it, see like that, a lot of them edge would be chewed up or something, and in aviation you never leave sharp edges on anything, so keeps down on the splinters too. And once you splintered yourself a few times, you will definitely appreciate that. Okay, here we go. Okay, this is one of those interesting stories. Alright, well this is the piece I have. I ran out, I only had a 6-foot piece, 5 foot, so I had to add this little piece over here. This is the right height. This I had to shim up over here. I just wanted to make it even with this big piece that's going to go in here, so that looks like it's going to work. I haven't touched anything yet. I got to shim. Let me show you what it looks like here under here. So that's what I ended up with. I leveled this basically to that. It's a little, it doesn't come out perfect. So this is my shim. I shaved off a ply of this 3/4 inch plywood. Just stuck a little piece of foam in there. That's irrelevant. It's not going to be enough of a span that nobody's stepping on it anyway. But the interesting thing is, when I was working on this stuff, which is mostly this particle board stuff, having to chip it out of there, I had to really dig in back over here. And I knew the tool I really needed in the back of my head. I knew the tool I had. So after I kept messing around with it, a couple of different saws and things, I went and grabbed it. This is a nice rusted gigantic chisel that I found in one of the rooms in that place I'm tearing up. Basically like the tool I needed, I just happened to find. It's pretty wild. Things work out sometimes. Shaving this piece of plywood, you gotta be really careful. Well, I use this old wore out carpet knife. This is at least 50 years old. I remember my dad using this. It was one of his. The end's all worn off of it, but that's an oldie but goodie. He was able to shave off this stuff. You gotta be careful you don't cut yourself. But anyway, I'm gonna screw and glue this thing down. I'll throw a little glue under that. Drop this piece in there. I gotta mark it where the little joist is on here, so I know where to put screws in it. But I'm gonna set it in there, then I'm going to drop the piece of plywood on top. Make sure everything fits in before I screw anything down. And just to show you where I am on that. So this is where I ended up. Joist on the end, cross piece at 48 inches. Those pieces now are level to this one, which is level, and up under there I ran some 2x4s. I don't remember if I showed all this before or not. Anyway, so I'm ready to go. I'm going to drop the 4x8 sheet in here and then pop this thing in there and screw it all down, and then I'm ready to throw my next piece of 1/2-inch plywood over the top because it runs all the way over to here. So that's going to be a big VIP, big VP, visual progress. So I think that's where I am. Little guru, throw some things in there, and we're onward, upward. About to close this thing up here. Okay, in place, screwed down. Got a hole I'll have to take care of. Actually, I don't. 1/2-inch plywood will go at the top of that. And with that, it should be the end of the floor repairs. Now I can get back to putting my 1/2-inch plywood down. Should go fairly fast now. This one sheet is going to cover a lot, so that's what I'm going to do next. Well, that's the fastest thing I've ever done. It's been less than 10 minutes since I last did a video clip. Just dropped this sucker in there, kicked it over a little bit. I put 2-inch screws down the joist lines, of course, again. 1 5/8 inch screws everywhere else. Had to put a couple of 3-inch screws over here. The reason they weren't nothing underneath them until I get that far. But that's that for that. So now I'm gonna drop over and cut me up a little custom thing on this side and keep cruising. Okay, another near action shot in the carpenter shop out here. This is how I cut the long sheets. This one I gotta cut 8 3/4. I can span the ports there and clamp them down, so works pretty good. It's just loud, so no need to film me. I need both hands anyway. Anyway, get this sucker going. We're cruising now. Okay, well, I was about to screw down this last panel over here, and I somehow ran out of juice in 3 batteries. But not to be held up, I went ahead and cut the rest. Now it looks like it's 2 pieces. 1 piece there, 1 piece there. They fit all the way up underneath there. Just finished this last one. I got another battery charging. I really can do it with just 1 battery. It's 6:15. Ha! It's pitch black outside. So the only really bad spot is right there. But there's not going to be anything over here. Like nobody's going to be walking near that. That I believe is all leaking from this little air conditioner that just popped up in the window. I'm going to take care of that. I think I'm going to just throw some foam or something across that like I did the other piece. Throw some glue or something and seal that up. I got some great stuff. Got to use it all at once though. To see, I got some more places to put it. If not, I got liquid nails. I'm going to glue something in there. Let's go ahead and let my other battery charge up. I'll have 2 of them while I figure this out. I'll just screw the whole thing down together. I can do these 2 pieces. No problem. If I might, I can do all 3 of those. Just leave this to the last. You know what? I think that's a good idea. I think I'll go ahead and screw all these down. Call it a day. Come back in the morning. Figure that out. And that'll be it for the flooring. Then I'm going to have to tear up the other house. Pull the flooring out of it. Maybe I can do some organizing. Sounds good. I think I'll do that. Get to screwing. Alright, well, here we have it. Finished for the night. screwed everything down except for that last panel. I like to caulk everything with heavy duty liquid nails, seal everything up. I love that stuff. Gotta be heavy duty liquid nails. I don't know what the other stuff is about. So I'll seal all the cracks, and I think I'm gonna probably use my little can of great stuff on the side over there, and I've got some places over here, and I'll just use one can. I'll just use the whole thing up because it really doesn't keep. You really much have to use the whole thing all at once, because you can't really reuse it, even though they say you can. Of course, I'm in there, around there, and down this side over here, and of course all around this thing over here. All right, that's about a wrap for today. I did a pretty good job for today. This stuff that completed, got this, that, this, all these in. Yeah, I'm gonna say that's a good day's work. Well, the completion of this subfloor, if you will, kind of caught me by surprise. Boom, done. All I can do is caulk up those little cracks a little bit. And next thing, I guess I gotta tear up my donor house and start bringing the flooring in here. That is going to be the next big step to get the floor in here in the living room. I think I'm going to continue. I'm going to put a little piece, in fact I'll do that now. I've got to put a little piece across here so that I can stick the laminate flooring, because some of them will stick out a little bit. I'm not going to cut them. I'm going to make it so I can continue them if I want to. And then I'll have to see about over here. Let's go ahead and continue them right out into the kitchen. I guess I should measure it just to see how it goes. There's things, get that over here. Go from there. I got the windows opened up. That one blocked off. Man. I'm ready to start proceeding along. Bring some more stuff over and start moving in. Week before Thanksgiving, I should be able to have this all done by the end of the year. And the next segment of life. Alright, let me continue on some pitter-puttering around other stuff here. I went ahead and sealed up my plumbing pipes over here and put that in the right place. Had to cut that hole open a little more. I have to build a kitchen counter, but I can do that. Or modify what I got. Bring it over here. Alright, let's say that's a wrap for the living room floor. Beauty.